I'm still processing what happened last Saturday night, and honestly, I need to get this out because I'm fuming and confused and my head is spinning from all the drama that followed. Like seriously, what the actual fuck just happened to my life? So I've been dating Connor for about 8 months now, and things have been pretty good overall. He's 26, and we met through mutual friends at a barbecue last summer. Normal relationship stuff, you know? We hang out a few times a week, he's met my parents, I've met his family. We do couple things like mini golf and Netflix marathons and farmers markets on weekends. But here's where things get weird. Connor has this obsession with social media that I honestly didn't think was that big of a deal until last weekend. He posts constantly on Instagram, like multiple stories per day, always tagging locations and people, documenting every meal and workout and random thought. I'm more of a lurker type who posts maybe once a week, usually just sunset photos or my coffee or whatever. Different social media styles, no big deal, right? Wrong, apparently. The first hint something was off came about 3 weeks ago when Connor started making these little comments about my Instagram. Like we'd be out to dinner and he'd pose for a selfie, and when I didn't immediately post it, he'd ask why I was waiting. Or he'd notice that I posted a picture of my breakfast but didn't include the fact that we had breakfast together. Small stuff that seemed harmless, but looking back now, I should have paid more attention to the pattern. Then 2 weeks ago, I went through this crazy busy period at work where I was pulling late nights and barely had time to check social media, let alone post anything. Connor mentioned a few times that I hadn't posted any pictures of us lately, and I brushed it off because honestly, who keeps track of that stuff? I figured he was just being silly, and I'd post something when I had a chance. Fast forward to last Saturday. Connor's friend Timothy was having this house party for his birthday, just about 30 people hanging out in his backyard with drinks and music. I was actually looking forward to it because I'd been so stressed with work and needed to blow off some steam. Connor and I showed up around 8, grabbed some beers, and started mingling with everyone. Everything was totally normal for the first couple hours. I was catching up with some people I hadn't seen in a while. Connor was doing his usual thing of taking pictures of everything and posting them to his story. I remember thinking it was actually really nice to see him in his element with his friend group, being social and funny and relaxed. But then, around 10:30, something shifted. Connor came up to me while I was talking to Timothy's girlfriend Hazel about her new job, and he had this weird energy about him. He seemed agitated and kept checking his phone, scrolling through Instagram and Facebook with this frustrated expression. I asked if everything was okay, and he said he was fine, but he clearly wasn't. About 20 minutes later, Connor grabbed my arm and pulled me aside near the back fence where it was quieter. He started asking me why I never post pictures of us together anymore, and when was the last time I put him on my Instagram story. I was confused because, like I said, I'd been swamped with work and barely posting anything at all. I explained that I'd just been busy and distracted, but that seemed to make him more upset, not less. Then Connor said something that should have been a massive red flag. He told me that real girlfriends are proud to show off their boyfriends, and that he was starting to wonder if I was embarrassed of him or keeping my options open. I was honestly shocked because that came out of nowhere and made no sense given how much time we spend together and how integrated our lives have become. I tried to explain that my social media habits